I'm gonna go ahead and go live on YouTube.
There we go.
All right, YouTube, and we are live. Hey, YouTube, it's your boy, the JJ to the gay. You know, you want to stay. Say what? Check it out. I'm live. Look at my phone.
What?
It says Joshua is live.
You're live.
It's a different guy. Look at him.
Oh, different Joshua? What?
Yeah, hold on. We're not live here, are we? Move it a little bit so we're
Here?
Yeah, move it so we're both in the frame.
Yeah. Is that? I'm still checking that height. I'd rather sit up more straight.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
That's better.
it's just so.
That's good. Don't you think?
Cool. Yeah. Go live?
Yep.
As for the YouTube audience, some of that pit here. Oh, yeah. As we're going live. We're live!
And we're live. What is going on, Smart-Hearted Nation? We're live not only on IG, that stands for Instagram for you fucking retards out there, but also on YouTube.
That stands for YT for all you smartards out there.
Hold on, this framing is weird. Okay. And we're live. Okay, and we're just talking to our guests.
Instagram is letting our followers know that we're live right now.
And I'm communicating with our guest.
you are?
Yeah, he's a little bit of a retard. Can't really figure out how to do this. Let's see.
He's dumb-tarded. That's what he said.
Yeah, not a hate crime. Just make sure we're here at Television for the Smart-Hearted. We want our viewers to have the best viewing experience possible. That's why we're making every effort to avoid feedback. You know, feedback that horrible.
So don't tell us how we're doing.
Because we don't give a shit, man. No, the feedback.
One person's watching. Is that?
I don't
is that
know.
you?
No, I'm not watching. What's up, YouTube? And we're live. Welcome to Television for the Smart-Hearted. Just make sure volume is off on YouTube. Just make sure volume is off on...
Today we got a special guest coming on. His name is Matt Wheeler. He's a comedian. He's got his own podcast. His podcast is called
The Heavy Metal Nerdery Podcast.
The Heavy Metal Nerdery Podcast.
And we're going to find out all about it tonight on this week's episode of Television for the swishy, swashy mouthed and the smart-hearted.
So that's different. Heavy Metal Nerdery. I'm going to have to ask him about that. Heavy Metal Nerdery versus...
All right, Gary, what's up?
Versus nerdy.
We are
heavy
on. I think heavy metal nerdery. It's a little bit of
metal. The nerdy heavy metal, I guess.
It's a little redundant, don't you think? I mean, that's a nerd like it's a nerdy type of fucking music.
This right here. That's not nerdy. That's pizza. That's a heavy metal fucking pizza right there.
Andrew, he's a regular Ninja Turtle. And we're live.
On the half shell.
This thing is on, Gary Mulder.
Is this thing on? Yeah, it's on.
It is on. Although we have no volume over YouTube. We don't have any volume on anything though.
What?
No, we have volume on YouTube. Can you hear us? Can our YouTube guests hear us? Comment on YouTube if you can hear our voice.
They should be able to hear us everywhere, right? Oh, we got somebody in.
And Matt Wheeler, our guest, is in the chat booth, ready to motherfucking go.
What are we going to say about it?
Can you guys see me? No, we can't see you. What do we
want to give him a bio?
Yeah, Matt Wheeler. He's a an Atlanta-based comedian. He's a person on the Heavy Metal Nerdery podcast. What would you say? He's a host. Well, we'll ask him. He's a part of the Heavy Metal Nerdery podcast. Gary Mulder is on YouTube. You can hear us loud and clear.
Perfect.
All right. Our guest tonight, Matt Wheeler. We're trying to get him on. He's a little bit of a retard, so he's having a hard time figuring out how to get on here with us. But we will, in time, we'll get him.
You get enough of us retards together, and we can figure something out. All right.
No,
are we waiting for him to chime in, or do we going to pull him on? Are you waiting for him to send something?
He must be a techno.
Or are we sending him something?
No, he has to request to be in this video. He also has to follow the link on YouTube.
He doesn't have to request to be in this video. We can get him to come on Instagram.
Okay, let's
I don't know about YouTube. I think he's out right now.
Oh, he's out. Okay.
He's got to come back on, and then we can request him on Instagram.
He's trying.
YouTube, I don't know how to do that.
He's trying to figure it out. I don't know. He's having a hard time.
You sent him the StreamYard link.
I did. I sent him the
Oh yeah, we're powered by StreamYard. How do I learn that? We're powered by StreamYard today. This little company allows us to stream multiple things for free.
Be careful with that finger gesture there. All right.
Why?
You don't want to get pulled off for doing some kind of pornographic.
Is that pornographic?
Yeah, I mean it's making me rock hard right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about this?
Enough. All right, that's like a nipple, man. Dude, what do you think about people who have their nipples pierced? Think about that.
What do I think about them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, what's up, Uncle Goo? People who have their nipples.
Hey!
So what's the purpose of piercing your nipples? Think about that.
What is the purpose?
To be like a slut, right?
To get
And
them
have
ripped
pierced
off.
nipples.
I don't know.
It's to like have like
To be able to pull cars across pavement.
it's like a sex thing, right?
Yeah, I would imagine. Anytime I think of any genitalia getting pierced, it's got to be a sex thing, right?
So think about this. You got to be so committed to making that sexual gesture. You're like, you wake up on a Wednesday, you're like, I'm going to go to the piercing tattoo parlor fucking shop and get my nipples pierced. And they're going to be permanently like that as a sexual gesture. Think about that.
Yeah. So every time you engage in sexual activity with somebody, or even if you don't, they just see it through the shirt, like, oh, that person, they like having sex and they like having their nipples played with.
Is that what it is? They like having their nipples played with?
Maybe. I mean, if you got those, they're going to be played with, right? That's the goal.
All right, we are bringing our guest on, ladies.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. I don't know where he is on YouTube. All right,
We'll talk to him about
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cast, Matt, the motherfucker, Wheeler.
He's coming in.
Oh,
Ah,
what happened?
the battery doesn't seem to be working.
Oh,
Or the charger doesn't seem to be working.
it should. Is it not charging?
I don't think so.
Man, you need to charge your fucking phone before you get here.
Well, even if I did, I don't think it would last an hour.
Hold on. Can I? Where's my? I can stream it off my phone. If it'll work.
Hello?
Where is he?
He's definitely not in front of the camera.
So it's not charging at all?
Oh,
and we have Vision.
hey, we're gonna do a quick tech check. Tech check. Tech test.
Chest
We're
tech.
checking one thing real fast.
What are you doing? Just making sure it's charging. Is it not?
It keeps falling off a charger.
You think it's my charge?
Huh?
Think it's my charger?
I don't know. Probably not. try going this way.
Stand by there, YouTube.
All right, we're back. We had to flop the phone. It
And
wasn't
we are back.
charging.
We're just as upside down as we are back.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you flip your shit?
I was waiting for him to freak out. Nice.
Perfect. And how were you?
Turn my volume up.
Yeah. How were you about getting the YouTube link? Was that? Did you get that to work? You got to use the one. You got to use the one from today. For fuck's sake! God damn it, Matt.
Where do you get some speakers on this shit?
I can plug in speakers if you want right now.
It might help. Or we might be able to hear. Well, I guess we can't turn this one off.
No. Okay.
Oh, look, he's there. He's down there. You got
Okay, we're gonna welcome you on to
YouTube.
fucking YouTube, and welcome to the YouTube and to the IG.
Oh.
And you're upside
I
down.
want to watch you guys upside down. That way I'm right side up on the right side of the screen.
Sweet.
It makes it a more interesting experience for me, so I'm cool
It
with
gives
that.
people a choice.
Works for me.
You can't see what I'm doing here, but it's like you guys are in fucking Australia, and I'm way over the fuck here in Georgia, United States of America, I think.
Yeah, you're down under and we're up over.
Oh, wait, so am I upside down on y'all's side?
Yeah.
Okay, really? Wait, so if I change, so now what you're saying, okay, now that's fake. It's
You're
fake
upside down.
camera. Fucking fake camera. I'm
No,
pointing
don't
at
listen
two
to him. He was
fake
just
cameras.
joking. He was just joking.
Look at that. I'm giving you two fingers. There's one up top and one up.
Okay. Nobody knows
Go
what
ahead.
you're doing because nobody's watching on both YouTube and Instagram, so they're just confused.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like time travel. We're telling them like for the future, so when they actually do go watch it, it's like, holy fuck, man, it dude's psychic.
Yeah. Whenever we're done with this, we're gonna take this video. We're gonna put it into a time capsule for the future people to find it. We're gonna set the time capsule for 50 years from now.
Put the Pop Rocks in there. They'll still be good, I think.
Oh yeah.
And Coke, Cane, and Coca-Cola. But
Put
also,
some regular rocks in there too.
yeah, but they're not as fun as Pop Rocks. They kind of get stuck in your throat. I mean, they're good for like roughage because it really forces everything out. It's like
Man,
Indiana Jones. It's like the boulder coming out of your ass. It's like, ooh, fiber.
Pop rocks.
Pop Rocks rock.
Which brings me to the question I had for you about the podcast you are on, the Heavy Metal Nerdery podcast. Is that what it's called?
Metal nerdery.
Metal Nerdery. Now, to me, that seems like a little bit of a redundant statement. You know what I'm saying? Isn't it just like isn't metal like a kind of nerdy genre of music to listen to?
It is, but the way we roll is kind of me and my buddies Adam and Bill. We kind of grew up together and did metal back in the day. And we were in bands. And did all that shit. And of course, we've gone to like shows for years, and we've had parties, and we've been those three guys that are like in the corner, you know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're all still fucked up, and everybody's still drinking, and we're talking about band shit. People are like, "Whoa, man, what are you talking about, dude?" And we know just naturally nerdy, specific, very kind of like what Star Wars geeks would be like if they're into like, you know, oh, dude, I know what kind of paint they used when they did the original Millennium Falcon, man. It wasn't like Gray Silver 19. It was Han Solo 40. That kind of thing. So that level of nerdiness plus funness. like this is funness.
Definitely. It makes all kinds of sense.
Yes,
So do
and
you-
dollars.
do you-
hopefully.
Are you musical also? Do you play heavy metal music?
I do. I've not been in a band for a while, but I'm like looking at you and I'm looking at that. I'm looking at this. I'm looking. It's like I'm trying to look at everything. I do play music. I haven't been in a band in a while, but I do still play music. You know
Okay.
what? Hey,
Who are your
okay,
influences?
sorry, IG. I was screwing you guys out of a shot. You were getting like the mug shot. This is
Yeah.
what the guys on Instagram was seeing like half my face.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody knows what you're talking about.
No, they don't even give a shit. They're like, what the fuck is up with this guy? It's just
Who are
wasted.
some of your
Yeah, by the way, there's
metal
the shirt.
influences?
No, it's backwards. Hold on. Metal Nerdery podcast, or if you can speak in reverse.
Sure.
If you,
Nice.
and then if I go
Sweet.
up top, Metal Nerdery podcast. Sorry. Anyway, that is the podcast.
Somebody
Look at
said,
my
Matt, look to your left.
Wait, what?
What is on your left?
Who said that? Tiffany's Views? Tiffany's Views?
Yes,
You know Tiffany's Views?
I do know Tiffany's views. Hi, Tiffany views.
I'd like to
Look
give a
to
shout
your
out to
left.
Tiffany's Views on IG and another shout out to Gary Mulder on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right on. Thank you, Mr. Mulder. Excellent.
He must have some nice
Join
tea.
I gave these people money. I gave them my stimulus package so they could be here today. I'm just going to sit back here. If I yell loud enough, it's like I'll be in the frame for both of them, and you guys can still hear me.
Yeah, and still nobody knows what you're talking about.
Cool. Totally cool. Totally fine with that.
What'd you say about your stimulus package?
Oh, it's very small.
We're not talking about your dick and balls.
We all got the same
Oh,
size
that
stimulus
too, but
package.
it's the package. It's small. Even after they tax it, it's like a nothing package. It's like a reverse. It's not even a micro penis. It's literally a vagina. It's like an inverted. They may as well have taken extra money out as a negative stimulus.
I'll take your stimulus.
I think anybody would take. I think a homeless person would take my stimulus. Here you go. Here's all $4 on it.
I have heard some people are getting more money now than they were when they were working. Have you heard any of that
talking
shit?
about unemployment?
Yeah, I've heard people getting like stimulus and unemployment money.
Well, there's all. I mean, apparently, but
I've heard. So I know somebody who told me his wife is getting checks from jobs that she has not worked at for years. She
wait,
just get-
whoa, what?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if she worked somewhere 20 years ago and now she's getting checks in the mail from where she worked 20 years ago?
I don't know if it's 20 years, but they said that she hasn't worked
That's
there for
the
years.
premise, though, right?
What?
But that's the premise. Is she hasn't worked
Yeah.
there forever, and now she's getting a paycheck from them suddenly?
Yeah,
Or
she's getting
stimulus from them?
unemployment or whatever.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, so right now we're living in some kind of decisive times. We're kind of being split, like kind of always. But this whole lockdown shit, coronavirus, should we stay locked down? Should we go out into the environment?
Out.
What?
Go out. Go eat. Go out and go eat and go drink.
Yep. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to your take here in a second. But what I want to ask is, I've noticed it's very strongly divided. So there are people who what did she say? Don't get him started on politics. We're getting started. We are
Hold
getting
on.
started.
That's a perfect
I got to
reason
read
get
too.
started.
Wait, okay.
We're getting started on the
Getting
politics,
started
and we might get finished.
No,
We're
I
gonna
tend
get to
to
the
get
bottom
kind
of
of
it.
angry. Actually, it's funny she mentioned that. I've got to. Never mind. It's a separate topic. I'll tell you later. But
So
yeah, I get angry with politics. Anyway, continue.
One thing I've kind of noticed is, so there are all these people who supposedly are making even more money.
Yeah.
Not just shit, like people that I know directly. Like I know like people in my own family that right now are making more money from their unemployment stimulus money than they were working. What do you think the crossover is between those people who are making more and the people who are saying let's not go back to work?
Well, I mean, they're trying to incentivize you to sit on your ass at home. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? It's like all that is like a heroin junkie saying, "Here you go, first shot for free. Oh yeah, you're gonna be coming back to me every fucking day after this, but I'll give you this one for free." It's the same concept, but it's a bunch of this bullshit with your money, and they're basically saying, "Here you go, we don't give a fuck, fuck you." See, that's why she said, "Don't get started on politics."
Yeah, and I can understand the fear of I don't want people to get sick, I don't want people to die. Let's be cautious, But I'm curious of if there may be some other motivation to not go back to work among some people who happen to be doing better right now. Not that I'm not saying that's a large percentage of the population, but I just knowing people in my own life who are in that situation, I'm wondering if maybe it is a big population, and if there is a big percentage of those people who are the ones who don't want to go back to work. If there's some kind, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think it comes back to money. I mean, it's like, for example, let's say you work somewhere, everybody makes different amounts of money, market economy, supply and demand, blah, blah, blah. So let's say you make $300 a week working somewhere at a job doing X. I don't know, stand-up comedy, fine. But in unemployment, you can make $500 a week to sit on your ass and not do anything. Well, obviously, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to take the $500 a week. But wait a minute, you're not doing what you want to do, so you're taking more money to sit on your ass just because it's more money. That's fucking stupid. That's the Matt Wheeler take on it.
Okay.
I mean, to me, that's just, if you want to do it, that's cool, because I know people have kids, people have families, they got to take care of folks, and they need money to do it. It's the system we live in, and I get it. But if you don't have to deal with that, do what you want to do. If you want to work, even if you're making less than unemployment, if that's your deal, go fucking do that. But, at some point, Big Daddy and Big Mama government aren't going to take care of you forever. So go do what makes you happy. Go do what can move the world, and fuck what they say. And use that money to go buy strippers drinks and stuff.
To buy what now?
Or both.
For a boat?
Both. Actually, it's with an L. Both.
Both what?
BOLTH. Both. Both. See, like, both parties suck.
Yeah. And we got a feedback from Spencer. He's asking if you think the market's going to take care of you. What would you say to that? What would you say to somebody who says that the free market is?
Honestly, I think the market will take care of you, because I've been going out to dinner, and I've been actually, a lot of the servers, and keep in mind, these folks make like, they make less than minimum wage, but they make most of their money on tips, and people are happy to oblige. You're like, hey man, thank you for your service. Here's some cash. And that's the way it should be. That's, you're thanking them for their time. And if I could figure out how the fuck Cash Apps work, I would be tipping comedians that I'm seeing on different shit online, and somebody's going to have to show me how to work that or whatever. But all that to say, the free market economy will take care of itself. All the government will do will fuck it up.
Yeah. And here at Television for the Smart-Hearted, we don't claim to have any answers for anything. We're not saying we know for a fact if
I don't either. I'm just fucking around. I'm just saying words.
We're just trying to get to the bottom of it. We're stupid. We're smart.
We're on the bottom. We're below the bottom, and we're trying to get to the bottom.
We're like so dumb. It's like, oh my God, I gotta read. Oh my God, I'll teach you, then you can send me. Oh my God. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna watch it this way. It's like
So,
weird.
are you reading the comment section?
Yeah, it's like I'm reading the comments, and it's like I'm getting roadhead, but in not a good way. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? He's talking about politics, and his dog's barking in the background. Oh my god! He's talking about revolutionary stuff. No, he's not. He's not talking about that at all. He's had food and he's had alcohol and various and sundry. I snorted some blood pressure medication earlier, but I've had all those things, and so now I'm all like sharked up and ready to go. So
It's the blood pressure medication talking.
I usually try and cut my meth with that. It's kind of like it's like the Suboxone of meth. It's like if you do like your stimulants and like cut it with the blood pressure medication, it kind of kind of evens it out. So it's like you can ride it out and avoid the heart attack and or stroke.
That
But it
makes
gives me more of a rush. I mix it with some vitamin C. Good stuff.
Yeah. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding this whole COVID-19 thing. What do you think about the people who think that there's some kind of conspiracy at play here?
I think, honestly,
Yeah, be honest.
I think those people listen to Slayer. I
An
fucking do.
interesting take.
Oh, I'm sorry. To clarify, fucking Slayer, not just Slayer. It's fucking Slayer. I think those people listen to fucking Slayer.
So that's
What?
thrash metal.
That is thrash metal. Very good. You get a gold. I'll give you a gold star next time I see you.
What is it about Slayer that indicates that they're into conspiracy theories?
For me, I think it's more the ability to, and just in general with anybody that's fans of metal, as listeners of the Metal Nerdery will understand, the Metal Nerdery podcast. I think people who listen to metal,
We
critical
lost
think.
This is a conspiracy right
Matter-
here.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stand by.
You're back.
You're back.
Hold on. I popped out of the hole.
That
Who's
was
back in there.
that was
Go
a
in. Go in.
conspiracy.
But I think people that listen to Slayer are not fucked. Wait a minute. Can you wait? Am I back?
You are back as hail.
Back as hail.
Laugh my fucking.
But what I was gonna say is I think people listen to Slayer or in thrash metal in general. I think they're kind of critical thinkers. I think they look at the bigger picture. I think people who listen to thrash, honestly, are deeper thinkers than people who listen to like pop music.
Mm.
Sorry, pop music people. Not shitting on your music. That's cool in the gang, but I'm just saying.
So you're saying you think that the conspiracy theories have some merit to them?
I think they have a lot of merit to them.
Is there any
But-
particular you subscribe to?
I think.
Man, we gotta use my phone next time if we can.
All right, this one's kind of serious. I hope y'all are all right with this, but
Dig in.
I think it was a ploy by Big Lubricant to take out all the independent lubricant manufacturers.
Like the individuals that get wet whenever they're about
No,
ready to
like
have-
like small, like mom and pop lubricant, like your organic lubricant, like your granola lubricant. You know, your smaller, not your big box lubricant. I'm talking about your mom and pop, your locally, organically grown lubricant. You know, your local storefront lubricant, not your big box super corporation. You know, we've got millions of dollars in lubricant.
I think that's a great fucking idea. Mom and pop lubricant.
I think
Just
it's
that right there is a
horrible
great
idea.
concept. I think that would fucking fly off the shelves. Just people that
Mom and pop lubricant.
People want to be scared. I think about their parents.
Yeah, it'd be a Freudian thing. You know? They don't just go out and
Freudian?
Take it right off the shelf.
Try new mom and pop lubricant. Mom and pop. When you don't want the kids around in another 9 months.
The same stuff that created you. From the same makers of you.
You know, I've been asking Astroglide for an endorsement deal all this time, and they haven't called me back yet. But I've got the slogan. They just won't fucking call me. It's Astroglide, liquid vagina in a bottle.
I thought it would be more like an ass because Astro.
I mean, it could be, or stars. Well, like, you know, this brown starfish.
It's what the astronauts use.
It kind of works too. Brown.
It's the tang of lubricant.
By the way, this is if y'all can't see this, this is some pure adrenochrome. Got it this morning. It's wine, actually. I'm kidding.
Adrenochrome?
I have no idea.
It's blood. Adrenochrome. I don't even know what that means. Conspiracy theorists are just fucking crazy. They don't know what you're talking about.
I do think that I don't
know what adrenochrome.
I don't either. My feeling about conspiracy theories. So like, if you say something that's kind of gets fucking deep, if you say something that's even just kind of like can be a conspiracy, people like, man, you whack job, you.
Right.
It seems like
you're a whack job.
It seems like there's maybe even a concerted effort to naysay conspiracy theories, nip them in the bud, because they're gonna upturn things potentially when a conspiracy could be fucking true. I don't know, you know.
Well, you know, it's you know, they started that back in the 60s when they had, you know, Kennedy eliminated. It was like anybody that's saying he was like killed by the government is like full of shit and like they're fucking stupid. Like, fuck you, whatever, go fuck yourself. And so they started that, and then it became like, oh, you're fucking stupid. It was like all clicky shit. Like, oh my God, it's like Karen. She's like the super Becky. She's like a Becky Voltron. Oh my God, fucking Karen Becky Ultra Voltron. That's what conspiracy theories became. And then it was like, you know, they're fuck you, Becky Voltron. Go fuck yourself. And so that's where we're at.
Nice anime.
They get no love. They get no love. That's what it is.
Like the different
name down to 10% of batteries used.
We have we have a note from Tiffany Views that says, "I don't believe nor disbelieve conspiracies. Anything can be true." I agree.
Anything can happen. What she said.
Yeah, I guess I paraphrase that.
Hold on.
I agree with that. I mean, generally, I'm going to say it's probably the Earth is probably around. You know, it's probably is.
Supposedly.
What shape the Earth is?
Supposedly. Hold on. I may have to have you guys inverted because this thing's not. Hold on. Stand by.
Standing by.
And
charge.
Can get some elevator music for standby.
We did have a heavy metal song.
There we go.
We got a message from Spencer. He says, "People who believe in conspiracy."
All right, I think I'm back.
Worked project manager.
I've heard this line before.
10 people to.
Who's never worked project management? Trying to get people who believe in conspiracy theories have never worked project management. Try to get 10 people to show up on time and follow simple instructions.
Good point. We've been running into a lot of that trying to get our guests to follow instructions tonight.
Sorry, I had to go upside down again because my charger thing's all fucked up. So I heard conspiracy theory.
We're upside down because our charger's fucked up. That's funny.
But it could. So this could be a conspiracy theory. Take the food pyramid, the old food pyramid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It was built by slaves.
In Egypt, be right.
Remember the food pyramid? It had all the bread and shit at the bottom?
Yeah.
Why was there all that bread at the bottom? You know it's not healthy to eat that much fucking starch.
Yeah, but you got to carb up if you're going to be out in the fields, you know, working all day long. So, I mean, that's like a physical labor thing. But I mean, that was it because back then people physically labored. They had blue collar jobs. They farmed. They did agriculture. They did all that shit. They had to have energy.
Wait, when
Have
was
you ever
that
gotten up
food pyramid from?
Do what?
When was that food pyramid from? That was the food pyramid.
Depression era?
I don't know, but that was the food pyramid I grew up with.
Yeah, that's the same with me. But over time, everything has devolved. It used to be we were a lot more physically active, and now we're at a point where it's like most of us have desk jobs, and it's like we're not getting up and running. You don't need a lot of carbs, but if you've ever worked outside, you got to carb up before you go outside and work. Because you need that to be able to, if you're doing like yard work or building shit or whatever, you got to have that kind of, super boost to be able to get cracking.
Okay, we
But in a
have
desk job, it's like,
somebody said the food pyramid was from 1990. Is that right?
it's possible. But what's fucked up though, guys, is that blood pressure even used to be different. And this is coming from a known and convicted rapist. But on the Cosby Show years ago, there was an episode where Cliff Huxtable, remember, he was a doctor, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
He's a pussy doctor.
Cliff Huxtable's got to do the Anyway, but so he goes to the doctor and they do a physical, right? And they say his blood pressure is normal. Well, guess what? In 1986, America, normal was 140/90. Well, that's not normal today. Normal's like 100/60.
I have no idea any of that shit.
Well, that's the thing. It was a lot higher, but the problem is, well, you can't sell medication if it's that high. Let's drop it lower. Okay.
So yeah, that's the point. So while I get what Spencer was saying, like to get a bunch of people, a whole group of people to lie, that might be very hard. At the same time, there are like outside forces that control like legislation and shit. Like for my point about the food pyramid, we've got like the fucking wheat lobby or whatever, lobbying the government.
You mind if I move into another thing?
Big Pharma.
Another example?
Blood pressure thing. Yeah, go ahead.
There's also like, the idea that corporations are people and all that shit. That came from a court case where it was about the railroad versus whoever or whatever.
Right. But that's where they hide that bullshit. It's the minutia in the language. And it's like this one little fucking thing. And it's like, oh, that'll be $500 billion. Go fuck yourself. Now it's a law.
Yeah, well, it was also
a
note taken by like just one of the note taker persons. Somebody that wasn't like really a part of the case. It wasn't something decided on the case. Just some note person took that note, like took a note that said basically the corporations are people. And that is what people drew on for that support later on. They kept using that, and eventually it got written into law. But they acted as if it was law whenever all it was the fucking guy that writes the shit up. It was his note.
Well, and they paid that dude like $1,000, like 80 grand just to, hey man, just type this up. We'll give you 80 grand, dude. We'll buy you a fucking Tahoe, motherfucker.
Yeah. He was definitely paid by the railroad. For sure.
We'll buy you a fucking coal car, motherfucker. Coal? What are you going to do with coal? I want a coal dining car.
It's not getting a bunch of people to tell a lie. It might be enacting legislation through a dirty means, right?
Well, that's basically what all legislation is. Here's the way that laws should go. Okay, if the comments are updating, I'm not seeing them because I'm still stuck on that.
We'll let you know which ones are
relevant.
Okay.
Well,
shut up, man. We'll tell you which one. God damn it.
I said 92.
No, 74 USDA 92.
USDA.
Oh, so that one with all the wheat down there was from Sweden?
Yeah.
Weed? Swedish weed?
Wheat.
Does that have holes in it?
Same as
it's funny. Y'all look like you're posing for like an Olin Mills picture. It's kind of like all you need to do is like have your hands folded.
Why do I need
what it looks like you're doing.
That's a good point because
Olin Mills, 1978.
I know this dude who's a total drunk, and he gets arrested all the time. And if you look up his record, what? He's a Scottish drunk. You look at his record, it'll show like arrested for fishing without a license and bullshit like that.
That is bullshit.
Is that the reason that he was arrested, or was there a reason found to arrest this guy?
I mean, shit like that is just arbitrary. It's like, okay, well, that's just because that's a law. Okay, we're going to arrest you. It's like, okay, well, is it against the law to jerk off with mayonnaise? Oh, I was jerking off with mayonnaise in my fucking house. That's an old law from 1948. Oh, they fucking arrested me. It's bullshit. It's fucking mayonnaise. Who gives a shit? Take that law off the goddamn books. Fuck
Have
you.
you ever
I don't
tried
care.
jerking off with mayonnaise?
It fucking works. It's disgusting. I won't eat it, but I might jerk off with it. Any guy will stick his dick in anything that's like gooey. So mayonnaise, if you microwave it, maybe it's functional. Otherwise, mayonnaise fucking sucks. I want to be the Adolf Hitler of mayonnaise and wipe it the fuck off the planet. It's that evil. It's white.
By the way,
it's
just a little disclaimer
disgusting,
here.
and it's putrid.
Anything that any of our guests say, not the views of television for the smart-hearted.
I love
Yeah,
mayonnaise.
not those guys' views. I hate mayonnaise. All caps. I fucking hate mayonnaise. Fuck you, mayonnaise. If mayonnaise was a person, I would be like completely like genocidal toward that person. That if mayonnaise was a person, I realize mayonnaise is white, and it sounds like, oh, Matt hates white people. That's true too, but I fucking hate mayonnaise and white people, but more mayonnaise than white people.
By Mayo.
So
Mayo's fucking evil.
why do you hate white people?
Because they're fucking white people, man. White people just do goofy, just white people stuff.
Because the goofy stuff they
Because
do?
they're white people. Just as a general rule, white people are just, it's like white people are white people. You know, like that, it is what it is. You know, that dumb phrase? Same thing. White people are white people. It's like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So you're telling me that you hate
Everything about myself, yes. Just the whiteness. Everything else I'm cool with, but the whiteness, I can't. No.
You're telling me that you hate Jerry Chaldwell, creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, that gives terminally ill kids a last wish, who happens to be a white guy. You hate him. You're telling me you hate
white.
terminally ill kids.
He's white. Wait a minute. Hold on. I know he did all that other beneficial shit, but what's the point here? He's white.
Yeah, do
You
you
know
hate
what?
him?
Fuck that guy. He's white. Fuck him. I don't give a shit who he's helped, how many he's helped, how many he's cured, saved their life, whatever. Fuck him. He's white. Who gives a shit? Put it on Fox tomorrow. I don't give a shit. Fuck white people. Even if they've done something great. Like Jesus. Like which Jesus is the one that has the well-kempt beard and like the shaved, not the shaved head, but like the wings? He looks like one of those like beard coloring box models. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Latter-day Saints. It's a short-haired Jesus. You know what I mean? Short-haired Jesus. But short-haired Jesus has a different appeal to long-haired Jesus. Short-haired Jesus is like, oh, it's white. Yeah, okay. It's like white Jesus.
They had a short-haired Jesus.
I didn't either.
It's a short-haired, well-manicured. It's a metrosexual Jesus, is what it is. It's the Jehovah Witness Jesus, JWJ.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, what would Jehovah's Witness Jesus do? That'd be like WWJWJD.
How did we start talking about Jesus?
Is that the right math? How did we get on Jesus? I know we were talking about conspiracies and fuck mayonnaise and
You said you
white
hated
people
white
suck.
Had a
White people.
Comment here. You're white? Question mark. Question mark.
European American, I think. European American is the proper term.
Speaking of European, I'll be right back.
I need to do that too. I want to go get some wine.
Everybody on this whole podcast got to pee. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it.
All right. So everybody in the podcast, we're gonna be like taking a piss break.
No, we can't take a piss break. We have 13 minutes in the best. We're gonna get kicked off. Black Jesus has a fro is a comment we got. What do you have to say about that shit?
Blackness has a fro.
Black Jesus has a fro.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my take on Jesus' skin color. Right? Everybody complains about Jesus being depicted as a white guy. Here's what I have to say about that.
How do I feel about that?
I'm going to get my take on it first.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay. All those paintings of Jesus as a white guy are from Italian Renaissance artwork. So they had to use a model to paint their depiction of Jesus. So you're in northern Italy. Obviously, your model is going to look like a guy in northern Italy. And that's why he looks the way he looks. Quit complaining. That's what I think.
Spaghetti Jesus. It's lasagna Jesus.
Lasagna? What do you mean? Oh, because it's Italian, yeah.
Or spaghetti Jesus. I like pasta Jesus better.
It's like the spaghetti western of Jesus paintings.
Bingo. Nailed it. Boom.
What's your take on it?
On what, the spaghetti Jesus?
About the Jesus being depicted as a white guy.
I mean, I don't particularly care how they depict him. Because, I mean, technically he's already immortal anyway. So it's kind of like, even if I hate white people, because, he'll forgive me for hating white people. But since he's not technically white anyway, so it's like, forgive that motherfucker for hating white people, even though I'm not white. He is white. Fuck, that's some complicated math, man. I mean, he's got the advanced degree for it. I can't fucking figure it out. It's not.
Well, I'm
just
a little
in general,
lost.
white people are just fucked up. But white Jesus, I prefer black Jesus, if I'm going to be honest.
You prefer
I'll
white
put up
Jesus?
with a white Jesus.
No, you said you prefer black Jesus, right?
Yeah, give me a black Jesus. I'll take a Middle Eastern Jesus. I mean, if a white Jesus is the only option, all right, fine.
I have seen depictions of black Jesus in people's houses, just hanging up on the wall and stuff. It's always a little curious to me because I understand the reason for being a white Jesus. That's what they had. This was like the 1500s. Sure. You can draw from the model you have, but the black Jesus seems to be a little willful to say like, nah, man, it's got to be black. Which to me seems like, wouldn't Jesus be the whatever ethnicity Jerusalem was in Jerusalem at the time? Probably would look more like this dude right here.
Yeah, Jesus. Logically that would make sense. I mean, if you're in the Middle East in that region, there's not a single white person over there unless they're part of the U.S. military. I mean, everybody in that region of the world is a darker skin tone. They're not fucking Irish.
One factor we're not thinking about is that his father was God,
who's an alien, by the way.
Yeah,
God is not a he or a she. God is an it.
He can look like anything.
Exactly. But Jesus was a man, but God was technically an it. God was genderless, is genderless, not a he or a she.
This past year, I went to the Latter-day Saints Church in Salt Lake City and looked at all the Mormon artwork, and they depict Jesus and God, and they both look identical.
Really?
Yeah. So the story of the Latter-day Saints Church is that Jesus came down to Joseph Smith to give him the golden tablets that the Book of Mormon was printed on. And Joseph Smith was like, fuck off with that shit, man. And then God comes down and God looks exactly like Jesus. And God goes, hey, man, I'm gonna vouch for Jesus. He's my son. You need to believe him. And then Joseph Smith was like, and then started the religion.
Is that exactly how it went? Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly.
More or less.
Yeah.
More or less.
Got some comments?
Got Spencer saying God is a woman. No,
what
God is a woman.
I lost out on all the comments now. It's like,
that kind of makes
never mind.
sense.
Y'all already tell me.
It does make sense.
Why not?
Yeah, they can birth it out.
Yeah.
But if there's no man, there's no life coming.
That's true.
You still gotta have. You
need both. You need woman and man.
Yeah. God's hermaphrodite.
Mary was the woman, though.
Yeah.
God was just the dude.
Well, yeah. Well, God was the entity, but I guess in that regard, he was the dude. It's just like your opinion, man. It based on all this new shit. Sorry, Lebowski moment. Hashtag Big Lebowski. Go watch it.
I only saw that
God-
once, and that was a while ago. I can't remember it really.
The
The
God
Lebowski?
thing is kind of fascinating because I mean, when you say God to people, usually the first thing they would think of would be Jesus because that's the only way you could really fathom it. Because God is an entity. Can you imagine? I mean, it's like it'd be cool if God was Morgan Freeman. That would make it really easy. Like, I'm cool with that. If I get to heaven and Morgan Freeman is God, I'm totally cool with that. But it's like, what if he's got like 8,000 tentacles and like horns coming out of his eyes with crosses on the end? I mean, that would freak you the fuck out, right?
I used to think of God like this. Like I thought of like the universe being like a sponge, and then God was like water in the sponge.
That's kind of fascinating. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that theory or that visual.
But then I decided it was bullshit.
Well, here's what I did. I did LSD back in the 90s, and actually saw Jesus and spoke with him telepathically. So I don't really need church to tell me what to think about God because I've already talked to him. So fuck you in your message. And also bring some more of those delicious little chips y'all have with the red salsa. I don't know what that is. What is it? The coronation salsa, the benediction salsa, forgiveness salsa. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? The cookies and the red stuff.
Were you raised?
Oh
Catholic?
no! That's the body and blood of. Sorry,
Were
thought
you
it'd be
raised?
like a steak or something instead of crackers. Cracker. Yeah, white Jesus. Hey, you have a cracker. What the fuck? That's racist as shit. He was a Jew. He's not a cracker.
Jesus
That's horrible. Now that was racist. That was bad. I didn't mean that. That comment will be deleted from the record. Thank you very much.
I missed that. What?
I feel like I have one of those farts that's gonna like raise me up.
Go for
Well, see now it's like no, it was one of those like.
it.
So
like
we
a
got
shit.
5 minutes before we get kicked off Instagram. Do you have anything that you want to talk about?
Metal Nerdery has a new episode coming out tomorrow. We're doing Stormtroopers of Death, Speak English or Die, album dive. SOD, if you're familiar with heavy metal, is lots and lots of fun. And you should go listen to it. We're calling it Sarcasm Core here at Metal Nerdery HQ.
Where can we find the podcast?
You can find it on all the platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Podbean. I'm not sure how many other ones there are, but they are out there. It's Metal Nerdery Podcast. Just like the shirt says. See it there.
Nice
All
shot.
right, YouTube, it's not written backwards, and the other one, oh gee, it's backwards. Anyway, but yeah, you can find it in those places. I had lots of fun with you guys. I hope that I don't somehow end up on the news tomorrow because of all my bitching about stuff that's already in the news. But,
If
we're
that
just
happens, we're going to be so proud.
I'll be a legend and I'll die broke. Great.
Nice.
This message is brought to you by Television for the Smart Carded. Thank you. Okay.
All right. Well, we really enjoyed it also.
I so thoroughly much enjoyed it. Let's definitely plan for this again.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the next time I'll have a better phone that's not such a piece of shit. Or we can do it in person with one screen.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do this crazy shit. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Smart Hearted Studios.
Yes. My name is Matt Wheeler. It's a gift from God. You're welcome.
For some reason, I feel like this is a suicide video.
Think? Maybe. I don't know. Tell you what, if I don't respond tomorrow on IG, then you'll know that I.
All right.
It takes two. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
Yep, good
No,
to know.
I'll be around at least until. Oh yeah, I got a gig on the 1st.
You got to do what now first?
I've got a. I'll be doing some stand-up comedy or attempting to do it at Eddie's Barbecue in Decula on June 1st.
June the 1st?
June the 1st.
Man, you got to set me up with some shit, dude.
Come out. I will introduce you to the promoter.
Okay. I think June 1st I'm doing Jimmy Max though in Marietta.
All right. Well, I might come over there after that, possibly, if I'm not
Nice.
too hammered. Are they open back up, by the way?
I think so.
Do you know if Sweetwater's open back up?
I texted Jay Ward on Saturday and he said that they're not yet and he's trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Sweetwater's not?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering if there's. I know there's still a lot of mics that are virtual, but I didn't know if there's been any that have actually gone.
You know what my take on these virtual mics is? I always compare comedy to martial arts because I was into martial arts a lot before comedy. Virtual mics to me are like doing kata. It's like you don't have an actual training partner. It's like just doing like moves in the air.
Kind of like working out, sort of, versus actual engagement.
Yeah, but the thing about doing martial arts where you don't engage an opponent is over time it gets worse and worse and it becomes a bullshit martial art that doesn't work.
Well, you're fighting a non-opponent. I mean, it's like it's like shadow boxing. I mean, you can shadow box all day long, but if Goliath comes down from the mountain, smacks the shit out of you, knocks you out with one punch, it's like, well, shadow boxing didn't do shit for you.
Yep. All right, we got somebody who's going to set you up with some good cameras for next podcast.
Well, that's positive to know. I'm still stuck back on I don't believe nor disbelieve conspiracies. Anything can happen.
I'm excited. My dick and balls are hard. You just switch the cameras.
Oops.
Oh, some behind the scenes bullshit.
Oh, I didn't get to see that part.
That shit really runs the podcast.
Yeah, that was way fun. Let's
Nice.
definitely do this
Thank
again.
you, man. I really enjoyed it.
We had fun
Yeah, I
too.
enjoyed it too.
Had fun.
Oh yeah, wait. So, Joshua, do you usually go by Joshua or Josh?
I don't give a fucking shit.
That's a lot longer than either of those. Okay. And on the right, you are
I'm Andrew.
Andrew. Hi, I'm Matt.
Or you can just call him
And
Drew.
that's I don't give a fucking shit to your immediate right.
What?
I was telling Andrew that I don't give a fucking shit is sitting to his immediate right. And you totally missed it.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I missed it too.
Oh, I was talking when you said earlier, I asked you if you went by Josh or Joshua, and you were like, I don't give a fucking shit. I'm like, that's like longer.
Yeah, I got that. I got it.
Okay. I was just telling him that I don't give a fucking shit actually is sitting directly to the right of him.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. That was it.
It was
Apparently,
funny.
you guys are still getting the comments because I got nothing here. So I have no fucking idea what y'all are like. What the fuck is he saying? Jesus Christ. Well, we're still at 4 viewers. I guess 2 of those or 3 of those are us, right? Or 2 of those.
I don't know. I think it counts you, but not us.
Okay, I was gonna say I think I still have friends online, but maybe not.
But guess what? We're about to get kicked off of IG, so
Yeah,
we should
let's
say
close
goodbye
out.
right now.
Right on, let's do it, man. I enjoyed you guys, and let's do it again very, very soon.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye. Suicide's not the answer.
What's the
Ta-ta.
question?
I love Hillary. Not really.
All right. Ending YouTube broadcast now.